Yo, yo, yo. Ah, remember that. I remember that. Save that. All right. All right. What's up, people? Let me know where y'all from. What do y'all do? I'm sitting here. I figured I'd hop on here, hop on live. Currently finishing up a track for TV. Started it like last week, um, and I need to finish it. So I was just like, let me hop on here, finish this, and then answer any questions that you guys may have as far as music licensing is concerned. So yeah, I'm on here for a little bit. About to finish this track up. And yeah, Dallas, Texas. What's up, Joshua? Man, how you feeling? Hey, producer, artist, songwriter. Let me know. No, I don't want to save the chances, the changes for that. Let's get a riser in here. And while I'm finishing that, um, also want to discuss a good habit to develop. to help you get more placements, man. Cause like that's the whole goal is to get as many placements as possible, right? But you can't do that if you're submitting like one track and then you dwelling on it, you waiting, trying to figure out if it's gonna get placed or not. Before you know it, months have went by since you created something new. So you don't want to do that, right? You want to develop a habit of creating music, sending it off, and just completely forgetting about it, and then going back to creating. That way, you can crank out more music. The more music you have, you can submit more music. The more music you have submitted, then you increase your chances of getting more placements. So that's the goal. Daniel Roper, what's up? Producing right from Maryland. That's what's up, man. Dope talent comes out of Maryland and Texas, man. That's what's up. Appreciate you guys tuning in. If we got anybody else in here, let me know where you're from. Where's the risers? I just use these joints too. There it is. Bum, 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 bum. CS Martin, new to your channel from Orlando. That's what's up. Welcome to the channel. Hopefully you've liked what you've seen so far. I'm always trying to share some valuable information that can help other producers like myself. Definitely losing my voice because I was just shooting some content before I hopped on this joint. So yeah, excuse my crazy voice right now. How's the weather in Orlando? It's been like it was so in 1 week. It was like almost 70 degrees here in Atlanta. And then it started getting cold. And it started raining. And then literally this morning I stepped outside and it was like snow, like flurries or something. Like it's all over the place. Use this sound. Do you ever do critiques on tracks? I do. Through my website, there's a booking where you can like book a critique through email. So yeah, I do critiques. At clintproductions.com/services. Yeah, I do definitely do critiques on there. What's up, Knight? North Carolina. That's what's up. How you feeling? What do you do? I don't think I like that one. Let's try this one. Wow. Yeah, man. It's been all over the place here. Synth sweep. Let's try this one. Actually, I think that'll work. So the track I'm working on now, it was a brief that came in. It's actually a new library that I started working with. So they shot me the details. Um, Kind of slow getting on it, but I figured I'll knock something out to kind of start that relationship with them. because it is a new library. So I want to send them something um, before they forget. Before they forget about me, forget who I am. But they wanted like some, I guess some like fun piano driven hip hop. That's what this is. I promise they make this stuff up. Um, that's too quick. Do you copyright your tracks before submitting them or just toss them to the wind and hope for the best? Like stuff like this, I don't, man. I don't copyright everything. If I do, I'll do it like as a collection. But for like these little minute and a half joints, I don't really worry about it too much. Um, Now, if I'm doing something for artists, uh, and it's gonna go through, a few pairs of hands, then yeah, like full songs and stuff like that, then I'll probably be a little more concerned, especially with major labels and stuff like that. But um, for this stuff, I don't really worry about it. What's up, creative man? How you feeling, bro? Yeah, absolutely. You can just submit instrumentals to music libraries, and yeah, I mean there's like libraries where it's like they just specialize in production music, so just instrumental cues. So yeah, you can do that all day. That's what's up, man. Good to hear. God is definitely great. You have something like a mentoring class or something. So, a couple different things, right? I do one-on-one consultations. That's still on the same site, clintproductions.com/services. I also have a course, like if you're trying to get started in music licensing, I kind of have a whole bundle on getting started. You can go to clintproductions.com, find it there as well. There'll also be a link in the description of this live and video of where you can get the free 6 step guide to getting TV placements. And then after that, if you want to get the course as well, you can grab that. So yeah, a couple different things. And then, I go live on IG every Friday at 8 or 8:30. I'm gonna start going live on here more because I realize I have another audience on YouTube as well. So I definitely want to interact with you guys more here on YouTube. So this is kind of the start of that, just to be able to interact and kind of answer questions that you guys have. But yeah, as far as like the one-on-one mentoring, those are the two options that I have. And yeah, in the course, I talk about how to find different companies and things like that. But yeah, I mean, Google's like I mean, that's everything, right? I mean, just Google music libraries and then just try and find some that fit your music, the style of music that you do. See what they've been placing on, types of shows that they've been placing on. Go back, watch those shows, and then that'll give you an idea of what they like to place. And yeah, man, like that's how I got started. It's just, man, just going hard on Google, like, and just reaching out. Shout out to Creative, man, dude. He's been getting placements. Uh, yeah, man, he's been following for a minute too. Shout out to Creative. So that's my IG. Um, Consultations. Let's see, ClintMusic.com services. And then if you want to learn how to get TV placements, which is my this is like my road to 10 placements blueprint. It's like me documenting everything I did to get like my first 10 TV placements in a year. I pretty much put it all in a PDF and audio and just walk you through what I did. So yeah, so if you got music that's just sitting and it's not doing anything, um, I mean, shoot, put it to work, right? It can be on TV getting played over and over and over again, and you just start generating royalties while you sleep, while you do everything else you do in music. You know what I mean? So definitely another additional stream of income for producers, for artists. Excuse me. So yeah. So this, I'm gonna just have it going into the. Who else we got in here? Where you guys from? Where you tuning in from? How did you find me? If you're not already a subscriber here on YouTube, let me know. And also, I'm answering questions, man. If y'all got questions, throw them in the chat, and I'll be answering. Can y'all hear me okay? Is the audio and everything good? Dope stuff. What's up, guest list? So here I'm gonna switch the drums up. This is kind of like the, I guess you can say second verse. I'm gonna switch it up. Not really switch it up, but just take some stuff out. Maybe take the kick out. Get placement. Should we copy sound like current music or be unique? So it's how do you show these questions on the joint? But so it's a combination of both, right? You pretty much music libraries, music supervisors, a lot of times they want music that sounds like what's current, right? Like what's on the radio. They just don't want to pay the price that it's going to cost them to license like the tracks that's on the radio with these big artists and these big publishers and everything on it. So that's where we kind of come in. So sometimes we're creating music that sounds like that, but you can still be creative and add your own spin on it. Like uh, you can still make something sound current, but still be original. I mean, every producer is gonna have something that they do well, or something that they're kind of known for, something that helps them stand out as a producer. Um, whether that be how you program drums, or how you play keys or whatever. So it's still gonna be a sense of individualism in it. But yeah, but for the most part, they want something that sounds familiar, and then sometimes they want stuff that's just kind of left field. It just depends on what the need is at that time. Typically, how long are the submissions tracks? So this one's about a minute and 30 seconds. That's usually how long I make them, unless they tell me like we need at least 2 minutes, or we only want 30 seconds or 60 seconds. So it's gonna depend again on what the need is. But usually I don't make tracks longer than about a minute and a half. That's kind of like my little uh my length that I go with. If they want it longer, they'll let you know. If they want it shorter, they'll let you know. What do you think of paid placement services? Man, so I've done a couple of them, right? I'll just say, I mean, just I like to get as direct to the source as possible, especially if it's like a third party source where you have to you gotta pay to submit, and then they have to say yes or no, and then finally submit it to a music library. Like, I want to go directly to the music library if I can, or directly to the music supervisor if I can. I know that's harder sometimes, but that's just the route I like to go, because just paying for each placement like through those third party services, like it can get expensive, right? Um, and I understand sometimes they do it to kind of weed out people who aren't as serious. But yeah, I mean, it depends on what your budget is. I wouldn't sink a whole bunch of money into it. If you can save some money, try and find the company directly. But these companies are out there, man, and they want your music. So as long as you have quality music, you shouldn't have a problem finding a company that that'll publish it and place it for you. But yeah, I say just be careful, do your research on them, ask around if somebody else has used the service, if they had success, and just kind of move accordingly. Creative, yeah, stick with the 130 to 140 range. Yeah, exactly. And depending on the tempo, it kind of shifts where the track will stop. But yeah, man, you don't have to be full songs most of the time for this instrumental stuff. Even the full songs, like I just did a couple songs that we're gonna pitch for some TV shows, but they're not, they don't have extravagant bridges and things like that. Like there's a couple verses, and then shoot, and we just end like on the hook. We may double up on the hook. But yeah, it's just because I mean they only gonna use a portion of it anyway. Like I've rarely seen a place where they played the full song. How much should we charge for sync fees? Round figure. Listen, man. If there was a round figure I could give you, I would give it to you, man. It's all over the place. It's $0 to thousands. Um, so okay, so for like reality TV instrumental cues, right? A lot of times we don't see upfront money from that. If you're working with like a music library, you don't. Usually, it's just royalties, all back end. You get paid through ASCAP, CSAC, or BMI. Um, so yeah, so you don't really see anything up front. You just waiting till royalties roll around. If it's like a song or like a feature placement or like a commercial, or some a different sync situation where there is upfront money, again, it could be it can be, shoot, a couple hundred, couple thousand, tens of thousands. It depends. It depends on how long they're using it, where they're using it, what they're using it for. Um, if they want to use it forever, if they want to use it for a couple months, like there's just so many variables that determine that price. There's just no round set figure for licensing sync fees. That's I get that question a lot. What's up, Immaculate? Have placed any syncs on TikTok? Not that I know of. Like I've had I have like some random kid use one of my beats on like some random Halloween video. That's about it. I don't expect to see anything from that. Um, so yeah. Do we set the fee or do we take what is offered? Again, it depends. If you're working with a library, usually it's, I mean, you can't determine what your royalties would be, right? Like CSAC and BMI and everybody, they'll do that. If it's an upfront fee, sometimes you can negotiate that fee, and then sometimes you can't. Like the budget is what it is, and sometimes there's no, it's not much room for negotiation. So again, it depends. Elliot, is the list on your site a good start point to submit music? Yeah, it's a good starting point. That along with Google, there's I do have a music licensing directory on my website. If you kind of want to, just get a jump start. A lot of times, the thing with that, like, don't use it as a clutch. Like this is your only source, because what happens, like over time, a lot of these companies get bought out, right? They get bought out by bigger publishers, or they just can't stay in business for a long time because they're not really doing that well. So sometimes that contact information changes, and it changes quick, and we just can't keep up all the time. So don't let it be like the end all be all. Still, reach out to the companies you can on the list, but then keep using Google as a resource, and just because there's always new ones coming up as well. So you just always want to be, just be moving, and not get stuck in just one single place as far as looking for opportunities to submit to. Shout out to everybody in the room. Welcome to the channel. I hopped on here live, finishing up a track for TV and film. Figured I'd hop on, answer some questions. So if you guys have some questions as far as music licensing, music production, or music business is concerned, drop them in the chat, and I will answer them as I finish this track that I should have finished like a week ago. And if y'all haven't, make sure y'all subscribe, man. Dropping videos on here every week. Just finished shooting a new one that should be released later this week, talking about money management for music entrepreneurs. So a lot of information in that joint. That's why my voice is halfway gone now, but it's going to help the people. Is it a good move to sign up with the pro if you haven't had any placements or sold any beats? Absolutely, because you're gonna have to do it eventually anyway, especially in licensing. Like before, usually if you in a situation where they want to use some of your tracks, like when you sign an agreement with the library, they're gonna ask you for that pro information. And for anybody who don't know what a pro is, a performance rights organization, CSAC, BMI, ASCAP, they collect performance royalties for you. When submitting music, should your tracks be mastered? Yes, mix and mastered. As best as you can. You want to put your best foot forward. Um, because if it comes down to them, like you can have a dope track, right? But if they play your track, your volume's down here, and they play somebody else's track and it's up here, it's just perceived that that other track um just is better quality or whatever because it's louder. So just make sure your stuff is mixed and mastered. Make sure it's sounding good. It doesn't have to be Grammy Award winning mixed and mastered, right? But you want to make sure it sounds good to give yourself the best chance. Are there any new trends you're seeing or anything in particular you're seeing changing given the pandemic and whatnot? Um, Not really, man. I mean, the briefs that I've been getting, they've still been kind of along those same lines. If you watch TV, man, a lot of the same types of music is used a lot. Up tempo stuff, orchestral stuff, the tension hip hop with strings and all that stuff. Same stuff is getting used. Um, Full song wise, I think we're still kind of riding the wave of this the same thing that we've been hearing for the past year. I mean, it just depends on your lane because there's a home for everything, right? So nothing major um, shifting, sound wise. What's up, Rec Shop Movement? How can producers get royalties from video game placements? Yo, if y'all gotta follow my guy DIY Music Biz on Instagram. I think he's on YouTube too. He's got some stuff on YouTube, but he's active on Instagram. He knows more about the video game stuff than I do. But I had him on one of my Road to 10 placements virtual sessions last year, and he gave us some insight on that. I'm not sure how the royalties work. I'm sure it's a case by case basis. I'm just not sure how it works or if it's like, a buyout kind of situation. So, yeah, I don't have a whole lot of information on that as far as video games are concerned. But I think they do like a lot of buyouts where it's just like you create something for them, they just want to buy it out sometimes. What's up, Shar? If I make music for stock music license, should I register it to the pro or they do it like the sync music industry? Um, okay, for like stock music. So say like a site like premiumbeat.com or like pond5.com, like those stock sites where you can just kind of upload your music. If that's what you're talking about, I would register them on my own because I have some music on sites like that, and I just registered that track with the pro on my own. Usually, those tracks that I have are like non-exclusive, so a lot of times those are gonna get renamed anyway if I pitch them to other non-exclusive music companies, libraries, or licensing companies. But yeah, and then music libraries, of course. If you're working with a library, 9 times out of 10, they're gonna register that stuff for you on your behalf through their publishing company. Do you have more placements on TV or film? Definitely TV. Like I get TV placements like every week, every other week. So definitely TV. I have a few on film, but definitely more on TV. Appreciate the follow, Rec Shop, no doubt. What is the recommended LUFs for tracks you want to submit? I honestly, dude, I don't even go off of that. I just master. Just make sure it's at uh, where's my master at? Is it negative 0.1 dB? Yeah, that's usually where I'm sitting at. Yeah, negative 0.1. So like right before zero. So as long as it's around there, that's usually good. No doubt, guest list. That's what I'm here for, man. Share this knowledge. I can't take it with me, and it would be super stingy to just keep it to myself. That's whack. But I'm glad it helps, man. I'm glad it helps you guys. Do you find yourself doing more exclusive work versus non-exclusive, or vice versa? Definitely more exclusive work. I've been doing, yeah, way more exclusive stuff. When I first started off, I would say the non-exclusive stuff I was doing more, but I think a lot of companies are kind of adopting the whole exclusive approach to things because it just cuts down on confusion of ownership and representation and things like that. Yes, I recommend Facebook advertisement. But you gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta, it's I mean, it all depends on what you advertise. But I mean, as long as you have a good ad, you have good copy. Yeah, Facebook can definitely be a tool. But I would recommend trying to start whatever you're trying to do. Just you know, try and build organically first if you can before dishing out a bunch of money on ads and stuff like that. Is it professional to have a website for TV music? Yeah, I mean, it's not. I don't think it's really necessary. I've gotten hip to it's a site called Disco. I'm giving y'all all the gems, man. Y'all must be a special group of people, cause what is it? It's not com, but um, give me a second. They have a different. There it is. Disco.ac. This is what I use for um recently for like my music, my catalog and stuff like that. It is I think they give you a trial, but it is paid. Um but if you're just starting off, box.com, you can upload a folder of tracks, a playlist on Box. When I started, I think I had SoundCloud just to submit, but SoundCloud just started getting weird as far as sharing links and streaming. Um, so yeah, I got away from that. But something where they could stream and download if they want to. Um, yeah, that's a good place to start. Immaculate says, shout out to you, road to 10 placements. Too, fam. I've gotten into a lot of libraries just waiting for that opportunity to fall through. That's what's up, man. I'm glad that course is helping you. And man, looking forward to hearing good news. Just got tuned into your beats, definitely feeling the vibes. That's what's up. Yeah, yeah, I do. I produce for R&B. I mean, shoot, a little bit of everything, really. Yeah, man, they can leave comments. It's from an organizational standpoint, like Disco, it's legit, and a lot of music supervisors are using it as well. Um, so yeah, it's super dope. But look, I got a consultation. I'm about to hop on in a few minutes, so I'm gonna hop off of the live, but I'll definitely be back. Um, let's see. I know the next 3 days I'm creating. If I'm not back tomorrow or Wednesday, I'll definitely be back next week. I'm gonna make it a weekly thing, just trying to figure out which day is gonna work best. If you guys have any ideas of what day work best, just leave it in the comments, in the chat, or just comment on this video, because I'll post it up, and just let me know. Yeah, but hopefully this information was helpful. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I'm gonna catch you guys on the next one. Peace. As soon as I find out how to end this